Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am back. I am here again to continue reading our devotional in Jesus in Red. And today is October 5th, Wednesday, October 5th. And the name of the devotional is, the title, Prayers Qualifications. Prayer Qualifications. So I say to you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who seeks finds, and to him who knock it will be open. We got to search how we're seeking, how we're knocking, because that determines if we will receive. That determines if we will find. It also will determine if it will be open, if it will be given, if it will be manifested. We got to search our hearts. We got to search our motives when we are asking and praying for things. Are you asking for things that only benefits you, that only benefits your circle? Or are you praying for things that will reach out to those that are helpless, those that are in need, those that need a little boost? That's, you have to search yourself. Lord, why do I want a 5-bedroom house, four baths, and it's only me? Is it to look good? Is it to be, to feel important? Is it to feel impressive? You're trying to impress somebody. Is it saying, Lord, I want that home because I want to be able to help those that need help in a time of need, in a time of struggle? You got to check your motives. Check your motives. You'll be surprised what you'll find. You'll be surprised how self-centered you are. You'll be surprised at how prideful you are. Start searching yourself. The ungodly often accuses God of failing to keep his promises because they don't interpret scriptures with scripture. From the above verse, it was seen that anyone could get anything they want from God. However, there is a qualification. Everyone is confined to those who act in faith. There's no way around it. According to the will of God. Now, this is the confidence that we have in Him, that if we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. That's 1 John 5:14. Our request must be without a sinful motive. You ask and you don't receive because you ask amiss, that you may spend it on your pleasure. See, it's all about what you want. It's all about making yourself look good. It's all about, keeping up with someone else. We got to check your heart. That's James 4:3. These verses are not a blank check. Rather, they simply tell us to exercise importunity. We are to knock and keep on knocking, seek and keep on seeking, and God will answer our prayers, keeping in mind that the answer may be no. We can pray, but that don't automatically mean that we're going to receive what we're praying for. Why? He ponders the heart. He ponders the heart. You may tell someone, yeah, I want the Lord to bless me with this amount of money because I'm going to do this. And God is saying, no, you're not. Because you're not even faithful over the little. And I know if I give you much, you're going to be just like the prodigal son. You're going to be just like the prodigal daughter. You ain't going to do nothing. Have you heard people tell you, man, if I had this, I would give you the world? Have you heard people promise you that lie? And then the Lord give them he ain't even got to give them the world, but just let them give them a fourth. These folks will get prideful. They'll look past you. They won't acknowledge you. And you'd be like, wait a minute, you said, you know, that you would do this and you would do that. Folks like just like they don't even know you. Let God start blessing them. That's all you got to see. It's time to do some soul searching. Do I ask in faith without a selfish motive? Again, check your motive. Check your motive. Nothing wavering. You will only receive from God when your motive is selfless. Let me say that again. You can't go to God asking God to bless you and your motives are selfish, self-centered. It's all about you. It's all about your circle. It's all about you trying to look good in front of somebody else and to someone else. It's all about trying to prove God is with you. That God is... No. Your motives are wrong. Your reasoning is all wrong. Father, help me always pray according to your will. We have to change our prayer language. We have to. Because the desires that we have is the desires of this world. I mean, period, point blank. If Christ is living on the inside of you and he's refining you, he's reconstructing you, he's done stripped you, he's now redefining you, he's polishing you, then you will begin to take on his desires. But you have to start praying, Lord, what is your desires for my life? Which direction do you want me to go? Who do you want me to reach? Who do you want me to pray for? Who do you want me to uplift? Who do you want me to encourage? That's what it's all about. We are here to serve one another. We're not here to just make sure that we looking good. We're not here to just make our friends look good that already look good. No. You see a need of someone else, God has blessed you, bless that need. The song said, you know, you can't beat God's giving. And then it said, no matter how you try, you cannot beat his giving. You cannot beat his goodness. But we sure ought to be caught trying. It's not even an effort now. But I want to read this in the NIV, my study Bible. James 4:2-3. James mentioned the most common problems in prayer. Not asking. Asking for the wrong things. Asking for the wrong reasons. Do you talk to God at all? Do God hear from you at all? Or do he just hear from you when you want something? Do he only hear from you when you're praying for a husband or a wife? Do he only hear from you when you want more money? Do he only hear from you when you seen a house that you want, or you seen this car that you want? Do he hear from you any other time? Do he only hear from you when you sick? Do he ever hear from you when things are well? When things are just flowing? When things are just moving? When the light is just shining? Do we hear from you during those moments? I'm sure there's going to be some come on here and say, yes, he do. And I'm not finna go back and forth with that. Because I'm not pondering your heart. God is. What do you talk about? Do you ask only to satisfy your desires? Are you praying and saying, Lord, who can I bless today? Who can I reach out today? Who can I support today? Who can I uplift today? Who can I edify today? Are you praying them? Is any of those your desires? Do you seek God's approval for what you already plan to do? Did you hear that? Do you seek God's approval for what you have already planned? Some of us have already made plans and we ain't even talked to God. Paul, we know. Jesus, we know. But who are you? God say, who are you? I ain't even heard from you. I bless you with a new car and I ain't heard from you. I bless you with a new home and I ain't heard from you. Bless you with your spouse and I ain't heard from you. I'm telling you. Your prayers will become powerful when you allow God to change your desires so that they perfectly correspond to his will for you. And that's First John 3:21 through 22. I'm going to read that again. Okay. Your prayers will become powerful. And don't say always answer, but they will become powerful when you allow God to change your desires to that. Wait a minute. I don't have my glasses on. God to change your desire so that they perfectly correspond to his will. Our request, it has to match up to God's desires for our lives. Period, point blank. And that's 1 John 3:21 and 22. Did I do the... You know what? I don't think I did. Oh, I didn't do the prayer. Excuse me. The prayer for today is, Father, help me always pray according to your will. The qualification is we must pray according to his will, his desires. Because if you're praying outside his desires, that's to satisfy the flesh and what the flesh wants and what the flesh desires. He knows what we need. He knows exactly what we need. I had wrote something down. Anyway, I wrote it down somewhere, maybe in the notes of my phone, but I can't go back to it. But that's the end of the devotional. The title again was Prayer Qualifications. But I wanted to speak on something else that God had dropped in my spirit early this morning, about 5 something this morning. And he dropped these words in my spirit. I hope I can remember. You don't know who you are until God shows you who you are. Oftentimes we know who we are by the people that surround us, our job, our children, our careers, our money, our surroundings. But you never really know who you are until you come into relationship with Christ. And even once you come into relationship with Christ, you don't really know who you are all at once. It's a process that you have to go through. There's some molding, there's some shaping, there's some pressing, there's some stripping, there's some removing, there's some separating. And then after that, you begin to see things begin to start to shape up and mold and shine, and it's smooth and it's sleek and it's colorful and it's vibrant and it's brilliant. You know, I'm describing myself. I didn't know who I was. I was what everyone else said I was. I was what my kids said. I was what friends said. I was what schoolmates said. I was what the world said. So I didn't know who I was. God had to remove me. God had to separate me. That's when I began to really know who I was. I began to realize, oh, I don't have to respond to that. Oh, I don't have to take that. Oh, I don't have to endure that. Oh, I don't have to even put up with that. I didn't know. I was the one that if you came at me on the right, I came to you on the left. I'm the one that you talk crazy, sister talk crazy back. I see my growth. You know why? Because I see my worth. I didn't know. When you don't know your value, people will shortchange you. I'm telling you, people will shortchange you. But when you become, when God began to show you who you are, I'll be like, no, no, you owe me some change. Nope, 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 no, no, we ain't going there. But it was a process, and it was painful. There was nights I cried. There was nights I didn't sleep. There was things I had to sit and watch. There's things I had to be quiet about. But God is saying, I'm showing you who you are. Because you don't know who you are. You're no longer going to be taken advantage of. You're no longer going to be manipulated. You're not going to be mistreated. You're not going to, no. It's time to step out of that. So you can help someone else. And I look at my life now. There's times things were said and done, and I kept quiet. That's when I knew God was doing a new thing in me. But I had to go through the process. There was things and people that I never would have thought that I could do without. But I tell you, I got a smile on my face. And it's real. And it's not because I got the finest of the finest. But I serve the one who does. I serve the one who has a cattle on 1,000 hills. I have an inheritance. Just because you don't see it, that don't mean it's not there. So you never know who you are. A lot of people's walking around, they don't know who they are. They know themselves by what they have, by what they have accomplished, by what someone have said to them, by what someone have gave them, their family, their circle, their job, their careers. But when God starts shaking those things, when God starts removing those things, when God starts devaluing those things, you're going to begin to see yourself in a light that you never thought was present. And we are coming to a time where that's what's going on. You're going to look at yourself and you're going to say, Lord, I didn't even know. He brought back to me the lady that met Jesus at the well. He began to, tell her some things about herself. And so it was so powerful. I mean, it took her by surprise. She ran off and left her pail. She went there to get water. But she had an encounter with the Father. She done ran off and then left the pail. And she said, listen, come see a man that told me some things that I didn't think nobody else knew. You need to come and talk to him so he can tell you about yourself. You need to come and talk to him so he can tell you about your pride. You need to come and talk to him so he can tell you about your selfishness. You need to come so he can point those things out. Listen, don't take it from me. Because you see me in this light. You see me as the prostitute. You see me as the alcoholic. You see me as the dope addict. So I know you're not going to listen to me. I'm a nobody in your eyes. I'm nothing in your eyes. So don't take it from me. Come and see him for yourself. And let him tell you some things about you. Let him tell you some things that you don't think nobody know about you. And that's what happened to me. He began to show me, no, this is who you are. This is the heart that you have. This is the love that you have to give. A lot of times we have love, but we're giving it to the wrong people. Those that don't appreciate it. Those that takes it for granted. God said, no more. No more. I have a nation that's going to receive your love. that's going to receive your compassion, that's going to receive what I've given you to give. And it makes no difference if people look at you and think, oh, ain't nothing to them. They don't have a degree. They don't have a certificate. They don't have a career. You know, sometimes people look down on you because of what they think you don't have. I may not have what you have. The Father may be saying, I don't need that. Have you thought about that? You know, I'm thankful for where I am today. But I know there's more elevation coming. I know God is doing some things behind the scene. Know it all hasn't been revealed. But you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. So I'm just grateful on this morning. Again, pray without ceasing. No matter what your situation look like. No matter, just no matter what your struggle is. No matter what you're battling with is. Just know God is concerned about you. God is concerned about you. But yes, I just wanted to share that with someone. I don't know who that's for. I just know God was dealing with me on that today, or early this morning. Some people don't even know who they are. They still operating in what mama said, what daddy said, you know, what the church said, what you know, how they treated you in school, how they treated you on the job. And you begin to take on all of those things about yourself that is not true. And the only way you can find your true identity is when you start having a relationship with Christ. But I'm here to tell you, when you start having that relationship, building that relationship, get ready for the stripping. Get ready for the pressing. Get ready for the removing. Get ready for the molding. Get ready for it. I'm telling you. Because it has to happen. It has to happen. Because see, the world have already shaped you. But God has to redefine you. That means he's got to do, you know, he's got to break it all down and build you all the way back up. Why? To his image. Right now, you're just the image of the world. So he said, no. I got to do a new thing in you. And that's what he had to do to me. Like I said, it didn't feel good. You know, those finger marks, those thumb prints. No, it didn't feel good. It worked out for my good, though. And it's going to work out for your good. So if you're in a place of separation, if you're in a place of being stripped, if you're in a place of being molded, trust me, trust the process. You know, sometimes you don't know what something is going to look like until it starts to take shape. And then you be like, oh, then you can kind of see where it's going. Have you ever seen a house being built and all you just see is you just see the outer shell? But it's nothing like when you see that inside. See, people see your outer shell. They have no idea what's going on the inside. Allow God to reveal you. Well, I got to get out of here. I pray everyone have an amazing day. Speak life. Speak life over your situation. Speak life no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're facing, no matter what the naysayers are saying. Speak life. I'm telling you, speak life. Don't allow no negativity. Don't you be negative. Don't even entertain it via text, via message, via messenger, via FaceTime. Don't entertain it. This is the day the Lord has made. We have a right to rejoice and be glad in it. That's all he asked. He just said to rejoice. If you're doing anything other than that, you're not going to get the full benefit of your today. So until next time, everyone be blessed. And again, speak life.